Hello, guys. Welcome. It's the Forensic Junkie here again, and I'm so glad to be making this video. I'm thinking of it as our little project because it's small scale. So, 3 weeks ago, I showed us how to create a bit by bit image of a storage device, or rather, a forensic image of a storage device using FTK Imager. Today, I'm going to be doing something new, but something similar. So we are going to be creating a forensic image, but not using FTK image. We're going to be using the Windows command line and a tool called DD. So yeah, DD. And I'm going to be putting the link to get that tool. It's a lightweight tool. It's not big. I have it already. It's on my desktop. It's a scripted tool. So I'm going to be putting the link in the description box so you can download it and follow along. But for now, you're going to watch as I do it, and then you can pause this video, download it, and work together with me. So here is my 2 GB flash drive. Here is everything on the flash drive. This flash drive is 2 GB, but you're going to see 1890 something MB. There's a reason for that. If you want to know, you can ask in the comment section and I'll reply away. I'm sure you've bought storage devices, flash, hard disk drives, and they write 500 gig, but then you are seeing you only have access to maybe 490, 495 gig. Yeah, there's a reason for that. So on this flash drive, there are there are five things here. There is a picture, all right, there are two pictures. And here is the FTK Imager installer. Here is a Word document. Here is a folder consisting of various forensic images I have run before. And here is command prompts. So let's begin. First of all, I want you to change the directory of your command prompt to the directory of the desktop. So if it's not on the desktop, you're going to type in this command cd. Cd means change directory, then followed by your C drive for /users. The username of my laptop is still user, so user/desktop and hit enter. So here is we are on the desktop directory, and this is also where I'm going to be saving my forensic image. We need to be on the desktop directory, not because there's anything special, but because the DD tool that I have is on my desktop. That's basically it. The command prompt has to be on the directory where DD is. And for me, DD is on my desktop. It can be on your downloads. It can be in your documents. So if it's in your downloads, you're going to have to change your directory to your downloads. If it's your documents, the same thing. So let's go on. Next, we're going to type in the command dd --list, and this command shows us all the devices that are connected to this computer. You can also have a look using disk management. So here is here we see various devices and their volumes. Fixed media not mounted. Here we see fixed media mounted on so and so. But then I'm looking for my flash drive and I see that there is something called removable media mounted on so XYZ. You can see /dot/d. So this is my 2 GB flash drive. But there's something I want us to know. There are times you may have various storage devices connected to your laptop. You may have two or three, and you can already see the naming convention. This doesn't help you distinguish which is which. This is just showing the volume name. So what you're going to do is you're going to have to go to your disk management, And all you have to do is to right click on start, and you'll see disk management, and then you click it. And then you're able to see the names of the various storage devices that are connected to your computer at the moment and know which is which. So, and where they are mounted, very, very important, where they are mounted. So, after we've seen where our flash drive is mounted, we're going to create the forensic copy. So, here's the command. I'm also going to write it in the description box for anyone that needs to memorize it. I know working with the command line can be a bit esoteric. You're not using a GUI. I get it, but it's very, very easy to memorize. I was also overwhelmed when I saw it the first time, but as you keep practicing, you get a hang of it. So if equals to, I'm going to explain all these parameters very soon. If equals to, so here is, sorry, I made a mistake. Who can tell me the mistake I made in the comment section? I made a mistake. I'll be so glad if someone can explain what that mistake was. So here it is. This is the command. So before I press enter, I'm going to explain what everything here means. And first of all, what is DD? I don't think I explained that before. So DD is a lightweight scriptable cross-platform tool that we use in forensic labs for simple bit-for-bit copies. Yeah, it's not used for things that are so huge. It's just simple stuff. And that's why I said I think of this video as a little project. And it's used because it has compatibility with Encase, FTK Imager, and also Autopsy. And now, what do these parameters mean? What does IF mean? What does OF mean? What does BS mean? What does size mean? What does progress mean? Well, IF specifies input file or volume, and this talks about the name of the storage media. You see, when we wanted, before we tried this command, I wrote a command first of all. I wrote dd double hyphen list, and it listed all the storage devices that were connected. Now, what I needed was this. To know the input file, I needed to know the name of my storage device, where it was mounted, and this information gives me my IF that I have here. So it was mounted at D, and that's our input file. The OF stands for output file, and it specifies the output file or volume. This tells you where you are going to have your forensic image stored. And we can see here, this C talks about the C drive, users, user, desktop, and it shows that my forensic image is going to be stored on the desktop. And we have BS. Does it mean bullshit? No, it doesn't mean that. BS stands for block size. It stands for block size, and our block size is going to be 1 MB. Why 1 MB? It's going to be 1 MB because it gives us speed. It helps DD to be able to read and write easily and faster. It can be 512 kilobytes. In fact, 512 kilobytes is the norm. But then 512 kilobytes gives you efficiency at the expense of speed. But we have to remember something. This flash drive is a small flash drive. There isn't so much on it. This is just to show, right? But then if you are trying to be meticulous, you can use 512 kilobytes as your block size. It doesn't mean anything. If you have the time, you can use that. But then there are also times where we are working with storage devices that are faulty. We're working with a faulty hard drive. We're working with a faulty flash drive, a flash drive that's not really healthy, and we want to get everything to the letter. We don't want DD to skip anything. In that case, you may not use a block size of 4 MB or 8 MB. You may not use a block size of 1 MB. You may decide to use a block size of 512 kilobytes. You may also decide to use a block size of 4 kilobytes. Now, the 4 kilobytes is going to be very slow, but I assure you it's going to get you the bit by bit copy because, like I said, the storage device is faulty. You want to get everything to the letter. You don't want anything missing. So you're not looking for speed in that case, you are looking for efficiency. So 4 kilobytes is going to be okay as the block size. 512 kilobytes is also another good option. But then if you really want to be cautious, 4 kilobytes is good, depending on the health of the flash drive or the hard drive. Because if you put 1 MB, what DD is going to do is that if since the flash drive is faulty, if it reaches a faulty sector, it can't read it. It's going to skip it. And there can be a file or information on that sector that is very, very pertinent to whatever investigation you are carrying out, or whatever you want to use it for. You're not going to get that because DD has skipped it. So that's that on BS, block size. Now we have the parameter size, and size gives DD the idea to the size of the input device and ensure that DD does not read past that point. So this parameter is important for external flash drives and hard drives because DD will stop working sometimes if it attempts to read beyond the end of the volume. The volume of this flash drive is 2 gigabytes. If DD tries to read beyond that level, it's going to just stop working. And normally this feature is not enabled by default, so we have to enable it ourselves because determining the correct size of the flash drive is not always possible. Then we have progress. Progress is here to give you an idea of the progress literally. When you are doing a forensic image, when you are creating a bit by bit image, especially of a large storage device, maybe a hard disk of 500 gig, you want to know the progress because it can take a very long time. And when you have the idea of the progress of something, let's say it's so far out of 500 gig, it has done maybe 200 gig. It helps you, it kills your anxiety. So that's what progress is for. So now I'm going to click on enter to start the forensic copy. I pressed enter and the command prompt is reporting an error. Um, and I just want to give you guys an opportunity to look at it and see what error it's talking about. I have already figured out the error, and here it is. So if you look at this very well, the input file, there's supposed to be, if you type the first command we type, dd double hyphen list, you will see that your removable media, I don't know which letter it is, but for me it's D. But double backward slash dot slash D, then there's a colon. I didn't add a colon to mine. And that's why it's important that you choose to copy this tag and just paste it instead of typing it by yourself, because you can forget. So I'll click enter and see what it says. So as you can see now, it's running. So it's also very, very good. We are able to debug our errors. We make errors, we make mistakes when we use the command line, but it's very, very good when you have good knowledge of what you are doing, of the command you are typing in. You're able to debug whatever the error is and wherever you made that error and fix it accordingly. So this is showing the progress, 590, 600 MB so far now. Now, this drive is 2 gig. It's going to stop at, let's say, 1890 something or 1900 and something MB. It's not going to be 2 gig exactly. I want to know why in the comment section. Why is it not 2 gig on the dot? Why is it 1800 and something MB? After all, my flash drive is 2 gig. So I think these are like 3 questions I've asked so far. If you know the answers to them, you can leave them in the comment section. Here we have it. DD is done creating the forensic copy or the forensic image, and here we have 1898 MB, 1898 plus 1 records in, 1898 plus 1 records out. Shows everything is complete. But now I want to ask you a question. This may be my fourth question. I'm sure you're already tired of the questions by now. Why is it 1898 plus 1 records in? What is the reason for plus 1? I would really love someone to answer this question. It's very simple. Why do we have plus 1? If we have plus 1, then that means it can be plus 0. Binary, zeros and ones. So why is it plus 1? Why is it not plus 0? So if you know the answer, feel free to answer in the comment section. So let's check for our outputs. So here we have it. This is the forensic image that we just made. This is it. Practice.dd on our desktop. We can open this forensic image with FTK Imager if we want. We can use Encase to open it, or maybe Autopsy. So this is it. It's literally a container containing the image of the 2 gigabyte flash drive. So thank you very much. I would love you to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't.